My name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff, where I'll make a healthy dinner from start to finish and pair it with wines from around the world. Let's fill up that glass.
Hi, my name's Jeff Makarevich, and welcome to Wine and Dine with Jeff. Fall is right around the corner, so I have the perfect recipe for you. It is apple cider chicken skillet. So easy and delicious, only a few ingredients, and I'm pairing it with this amazing Pinot from Willamette Valley, Penner Ash. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later. Let's show you what's in it. Only a few ingredients. We have some chicken breasts in here. We have to have our apple cider. That is the star of the show. I have some Fuji apples, a shallot, some fresh herbs from the garden. I have thyme and rosemary, a little bit of Dijon mustard, and just a few scrapes of nutmeg to give that fallish flavor. So let's get started. I have 4 chicken breasts here. Let me just turn the burner on right now. I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a small Dutch oven here. Now we just want to get very simple ingredients. We're just putting some salt and pepper. I'm first going to salt and pepper the pretty side, which I want to get nice and caramelized and brown first. So we're going to put that in, and a little bit of cracked black pepper. And as soon as the oil starts to shimmer, you'll see it move around in the pan. You know it is hot enough to put those chicken breasts in. So let's just wait for that oil to heat up. Our oil's hot enough. Let's get that chicken breast in there. You want to hear that nice sizzle, just like so. We'll lay them what I call pretty side down first. That's the side you want to show to everybody, right? So we'll get that all nice and caramelized. That will go for about 5 minutes on one side, and then we're going to flip them over for about 3 to 4 minutes. They won't be cooked all the way through. We'll finish them in the sauce. Let me get some salt and pepper on that side. It's been 5 minutes. I'm going to give them a little turn here. Got a nice caramelized color on these, and these will go for about another 4 minutes, and then we're going to remove them from the pan. You want to dice up about a half a cup of shallots, and next we'll work on the apples. I have 2 large Fuji apples, and this is how I like to cut them. So I just cut them in half like this, like so, and to easily seed them, just take your knife and go on an edge and down, and it just takes the seeds right out, just like so. And I like to cut them in at least nice chunks that you could actually see them. So just take your knife again, go down, remove this core like so, and then through. I like to keep the skin on. If you don't like skin, you don't have to do so. So let me finish the rest of these. Now we just removed our chicken, and it's resting on the counter over there. Now, with apples, I just think you just need a little bit of butter, right? So to the same hot pan, throw in a pat of butter. If you're against butter, if your pan needs a little bit of oil, you could add a little more olive oil. But I think with this dinner, I just think a pat of butter just goes a long way. And then to that, we want to add in our shallot that we just diced up. We'll just run that around in the oil and the butter for just a second. And then we're going to add our apples right on in. And this should be on a medium heat right now. So our apples are going in that we just diced up. I use the Fuji. I'm not a fan of Granny Smith, and just a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of salt for the apples to bring out their sweetness, believe it or not. And because they're just a little too tart. I think they're great for baking, you know. The Granny Smith are great baking apples. But in this dish, I really want the sweetness to come through. So we're just gonna cook these off for around 2 to 3 minutes. That's all. And then we're going to start adding our apple cider. Our apples and shallot has been going for about 3 minutes. So let's just hit the pan with our chicken stock right now. And all the exact measurements are right down below in the description center for you. And to that, along with the chicken stock, the star of the show, our apple cider. So our apple cider is going in. And let's just scrape the bottom of the pan. Now you're using the same pan, that's important, because there's no use dirtying extra pans, and you have all that delicious flavor from the chicken bits, the brown bits that were at the bottom of the pan. So you see how dark this sauce is? Now, it looks runny right now, right? Yes. So what we want to do to emulsify it, to thicken it up a little, we'll add a little bit of Dijon mustard to that. So about a tablespoon, but all the exact measurements are right down below in the description center for you. And we're going to bring this up to a simmer. And then when it starts simmering, we're going to back it back down. And this will go for about 2 minutes, and it will start thickening up for you. So we'll let that go, and then we're going to add our chicken back into it so it'll all simmer together and get all these flavors. And I got my fresh herbs here, the thyme and rosemary. I just ran a knife through. So let's let that thicken up some. It should probably take about 2 to 3 minutes. Now you see our sauce has thickened up. Now you see that hard simmer? You want to bring that down to a low simmer, because the chicken will toughen up actually if it's on a hard boil like that. Our thyme and rosemary is going right on in. And don't forget, when you take chicken out, you see all this? That's liquid gold. Don't forget to add your liquid gold back into the pan. You want to nestle your chicken back in there. And you want to simmer this for at least a good 5 minutes for the chicken to enhance and absorb all those flavors from the apple cider and the herbs. This is going to be so delicious. It's going to be your new favorite way to cook chicken. So we'll let that go, and we'll let that simmer for about 5 minutes until the chicken reaches 165 degrees. If you see the liquid going out too much, put a lid on, and that will preserve the sauce and the liquid, and it'll keep your chicken nice and moist and tender. Don't forget to grate some fresh nutmeg into this sauce, because it is delicious. It's that hint of something that everybody loves. While our apple cider chicken is simmering away over there, let's talk about the wine really quickly. It's from Penner and Ash in Willamette Valley, Oregon, which is an amazing place for Pinots. This is a Pinot. Let me take a smell first. I'm getting, right off the bat, I'm getting like blueberry and dried cherry with like a little bit of like garden herbs. And I don't know if you know, I mean, they tried to do a very Burgundian style Pinot. And if you don't know what that means, Pinots are traditionally were in France in the Burgundy region. And so they do their style, even though they're from Oregon, along the same way for the same taste. Let me give a taste here. Wow, there. I'm getting like a combination of boysenberry and blueberry pie. Yes, with the hints of like spicy vanilla with a little bit of herbs. This is an amazing Pinot. You will definitely love it, and I can't wait to dig into that. It's just about finished. Before I taste, I would first like to thank all my subscribers. And if you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my recipes. And don't forget to like and share. And ring that bell, because that notifies you I have a new recipe. And I have one every Tuesday. So let me dig in here. I'm telling you, this is going to be your new favorite way to cook chicken. Nice little chicken piece, this sauce. Oh my God. A little bit of apple, a little bit of chicken. I got to have a little bit of everything, right, in this bite. Oh my God. That is so delicious. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory. Just those fresh herbs, the rosemary and thyme. Just knock it out of the park. Thanks for stopping by Wine and Dine with Jeff. And we'll see you next week.